So I'll be honest, I didn't think I was going to do a fourth one of these, and if you're wondering what this is the Primarch Korra universe. For those wondering what that is, a month ago, I did a trilogy of videos talking about like a Legend of Korra AU set in the Warhammer 40k universe, where Korra, from, of course, Legend of Korra, duh, why did I have to say that, was in this universe, the 11th Primarch. She was the only female Primarch, because the whole canon is, in this universe, is that, remember when Malkador suggested to the Emperor, hey, how about you make them all female? And the Emperor was like, nah, I'm not doing that. But in here, he took Malkador's advice as like, but what if I made one of them? Because the Emperor was always about science and learning and experiments, so it would stand to reason that he would at least go, but what if I made one of them a woman? And Korra was that one. I'm going to go do a crash course real quick of the whole lore. Basically, Korra ended up on this planet, became what is known as, in here, the Avatar, which in here is not like a reincarnation cycle. It's just a title given to someone who is like a savior, like it's their messiah. Like every generation they get a new Avatar as their new messiah, and Korra ruled and took over, helped manage the planet after, hundreds of years of civil war and shit like that. Furthermore, Emperor came, she fought in the Great Crusade, the Horus Heresy happened, shit went sideways, she ended up killing the real Alpharius, and also razed Conrad's homeworld, even though, in a fit of rage, because Conrad and Alpharius devastated her homeworld. So in a fit of rage, she razed his to the ground with her Space Marines and fleet. Her Space Marines, by the way, are called the Ursa Majors. They're all men, and they call her the War Mother. But after that, Conrad was like, "Cool, I was gonna devastate my own planet. Oh no, you did my job for me." And seeing that she let her give into her rage, she was just like, I'm gonna peace out of the galaxy and just travel to the far ends. I'm gonna go take my Marines and leave this bullshit. However, what happened was she came across Trazyn the Infinite, who captured her and kept her in his collection for about a good 10,000 years. She wakes up, she's woken up by Trazyn, her and her army, in order to fight off Magnus and the Thousand Sons, who are invading Salamis to take what Trazyn has taken. After that, Korra forces Trazyn to let her go. She goes out to look for her brothers in this vastly different universe now, and has been found by Rabute. She's been found by Guilliman, and now we're here. That was our crash course. I will bring up other stuff, but yeah, that's the gist of the whole thing. Also, the other thing I forgot to mention is that in this continuity, Korra actually saved Rogel Dorn. She actually, found him all fucked up after Angron kicked the shit. Angron and his demonic horde kicked the shit out of him. She found him, put him somewhere, put him in, a healing coma, and put him somewhere safe. Unfortunately, that went missing. That's gone missing, so now, she tells him, she tells Guilliman, straight up, she tells her brother, hey, I know Rogel's still alive, I just can't find him, and this at this point, Guilliman tells her, yeah, Lion is still alive, we're looking for him, and she's like, oh sweet, we can find them both, we can go find them both, and that's where we are in the story. We are now in the Indomiuns Crusade. So, you think that, Korra and Guilliman, for reference, Korra actually does care about all of her brothers. She loved all of them. She's known as in the world of Warhammer, in this universe, I should say, she loved and respected all of them. She loved Angron, she loved Lorgar. She was when Lorgar was picked on by the others, she was like, hey buddy, how you doing? She did have a lot of differences with a lot of her brothers, but she cared and respected all of them. One of those people she had differences with was Guilliman. So Guilliman is launching the Indomiuns Crusade, and Korra is more concerned about finding Dorn and Lion, even though it's two other brothers that she didn't really get along with. But Guilliman sees this as we all know, as a pragmatic guy. Gilliman is like, yes, we are going to go find, you know, because Korra believes if we find Rogel and Lion, maybe we can find the others. We can find Vulcan, Lehman, and Jagatai. We can find our brothers and, you know, heal the Empire. Heal the Empire. But Gilliman is like, we'll do that, but Korra, you have to understand, the Imperium is a fucking mess. I am the... before you came along, I couldn't... Like, I had to run everything. Every world. I have been trying to keep the Imperium from falling in on itself for a good while. I need you here. And she's like, no, we should go find... We need to find... You know, this would work better, you know, helping save the Imperium is by finding Lion and Rogel. Like, that's and finding our brothers. That's how we save our Imperium. And he's like, and what would you... And Gilliman is like, so, let me get this straight. You want to just dump everything, a already fragile Imperium, and go on a hunt that could take us a good while, and come back and just leave the Imperium as is? He's like, look, I understand, you know, I want to find Lion and Rogel as well, but we're needed here. I will give you we will have forces dedicated to the search, but for now, I need you here, Korra. I can't do this by myself forever. And Korra's just like, of all the brothers I had to, like, of all of you, of all the brothers I had to be settled with in this new era, had to be you, Gilliman. Had to be you, Rabute. And Rabute's like, thanks. Needed that. Love you too, sis. So they both want to save the Imperium. They just have different ways of doing it. However, Gilliman has told Korra, like, what this new era is like. Like, when she woke up, she was woken up to an era of people worshipping her as a god. So Rabute, like, tells her everything. She even sees that, like, he's carrying the Emperor's sword. Now, in the other stories, Gilliman and Korra are a lot alike in a lot of ways. One of which is that they don't see the Emperor as their father. In fact, Korra doesn't fucking like him at all. Like, she does not like the Emperor of Man at all. In fact, during the right as the Scouring was about to happen, she heard about what happened to the Emperor, goes to his throne and goes, I hope it fucking hurts. You bastard of a human you bastard. So she's like, so the Emperor's still alive, and he goes, I don't. Gilliman's like, I don't know. I fought Mortarion. It was some weird shit happened. Like, even Gilliman's having trouble, and she's even like, why do you even play this masquerade of the like having a religion? You know better. He's not a god, and even if he's godlike, even Korra acknowledges that even if he's godlike, she's like, yeah, he's a god, but he doesn't deserve our love. He doesn't deserve anyone's respect. You know this, Gilliman. And he's like, what would you have me do? The religion helps. I can't maybe in 1,000 years we can fix it, but, like, we can't. Like, we cannot throw out this whole thing of the religion because it's helping us right now. And she's like, so you're going to poison everything that we worked so hard to fight against. Bra fucking vo, brother. So, they do have a lot in common, and they do have common ground. It's just that Korra, Korra doesn't agree with a lot of what Gilliman's doing. Now, she does fight in the Indominus Crusade to help take back the Imperium. She is working with Gilliman, because deep down, she's like, he's still my brother. And he's the only one I have right now. And she also is, like, wrestling with the fact of two things. She hasn't told him yet that she killed Alfarius. And she also hasn't told him about the Fulgrim clone she saw in Trazen's collection. So she's kind of wrestling with that. So, meanwhile, Korra, her Space Marines, the Ursa Majors, are, you know, they're fighting along. They're now part of the Indominus Crusade, and Korra herself is still in command of them. Although she's like, you can take your Codex Astartes and shove it up your ass, Rabute. And Gilliman's just like, why does she have to be so difficult? But yeah, so if you guys remember, Mako was the chapter master. He was killed during the Horus Heresy. Bolin is now the head, is now the chapter master, and Bolin has basically been taking his job pretty seriously. In here, he's not a lover. He is the son of the War Mother Korra, and Korra herself, like in the religious codices, they're calling it like whenever she visits a Imperium hive world, she's called the War Mother. She's called the daughter of the Emperor. I blanked. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. She's called the War Mother. She's called the Avenging Daughter. She's called the mother of the mother of war. And Korra's just like, yeah, totally. That's me. Yep. I hate this. So there's also the matter of Korra's now given a by Rabute. He's like, look, we're gonna need some extra help, and I hate to work with them. I really do. You're gonna have to deal with the Inquisition. And she's like, the Inquisition, what now? So Korra is saddled with working, given some Sisters of Battle, some of the Adeptus Sororitas, and one of those is Kuvira, who is a staunch, a staunch protector of the faith. She is War Mother, I am here to fight alongside you in the name of our God Emperor. And she's like, cool beans. Korra's just like, cool. Among others are Opal. She's there. There is a lot, there are some notable characters. You also still have, I forgot to mention Tenzin, who in this continuity is a tech priest, and he is he's like Korra's advisor. So, as they continue the Indominus Crusades, they are Korra is sent by Rabute because basically Gilliman is like, well, now I don't have to be now that I have Korra, and he explains it to her. It's like, Korra, I have to I can be the statesman, you can be the warrior. You can be the fist of this crusade. I will still fight and be there, but now I have time and breathing room to step back and deal with political matters. And she's like, all right, that's something I can do. I'm not big, because Korra's not big on the whole political thing. So she accepts that, because she's like, yeah, Gilliman, if there's anyone, as much as he pisses me off, Gilliman is the only person who could have saved the Imperium. That's really what it comes down to, is that she's like, yeah, as much as he bothers me as my brother, he is the only person I could have seen in this situation to save the Imperium. So I will, I can now be a warrior, and I can still, and on the side, I can still look for Lion and Rogel. So they're out in the universe. Korra is sent to take back a planet that has been under attack by the Word Bearers, and she's like, Word Bearers? You think? And Gilliman's like, I have not seen Lorgar in a long time. I don't know if he's dead. I don't care if he is or not. If you see him, though, you know it's not our brother anymore. And she's like, I know. It just sucks. And he's like, yeah, it really sucked when he attacked me on Calth. Where you can save your tears for our brother's insanity another time. So Korra goes to fight, to take back this planet from the Word Bearers, and she does do battle with, Word Bearers left and right, and even they're like, oh, there's a moment with the Word Bearers where they're like, oh, fuck, another one woke up. And Korra's like, hey guys, how's your health plan? So she just goes all in, and in here, Korra, as her abilities are, is that she's a psyker, but her powers come through the elements. She does have her own sword called Winterborn. That's the name of her new sword. But she's also uses her psyker energy to manifest it through the 4 elements. So she basically just wrecks house left and right until, as she's fighting off these Word Bearers alongside the Ursa Majors, she hears a voice go, Sister! It's been so long. She turns around and is like, Lorgar? And he sees, like, he's now, like, a demon Primarch. He's just walking. I was like, I was wondering, does that... Like, I heard that our brother found one of our missing siblings. And to my surprise, it's you. Tell me. You always, you know, tell me. How has it been in the 10,000 years of darkness? And she goes, well, I've had nothing to do but sleep, so I've got a lot of energy in me. So Lorgar and her fight. So Korra and Lorgar fight. They're just wrecking house. As they are, Lorgar is like taunting her. Is like, you know, you never believed, even before, long before I was woken up, that, you know, the Emperor was nothing short of a god. Like he wasn't meant to be worshipped. You know, you always had that thing between us. And now you see the truth. I have given myself to true gods. And she goes, no, you made yourself weaker by giving into a weaker power. But as they're fighting, a black shadow just starts showing up behind Lorgar, and he goes, I found you. And Lorgar freaks out. He's like, oh, fuck, it's you. So Lorgar freaks out and just hightails it out with what's left of the word bearers he has under his control. But that shadow is still around. That shadow is still like it's like sitting there. It's all like growling and shit. And Korra is like about to like points her sword at it, and she's just like, Corvus, is that you? And Corvus is like, sister. And she's like, for a moment, because even Bola and the other Ursa Majors are like, my lord, should we kill it? It's clearly corrupted by chaos. And Korra's like, Colt, give me a minute. She like plants her sword in the ground and is like, Corvus, it's me. It's me. Come here. Let me see you. So Corvus like is like, it's all his big crow demon, you know, raven demon form. He's like approaching her, and he's like, I've been in the warp for so long. She's like, brother, what did you do to yourself? So Corvus explains that he was hunting Lorgar through the warp the whole time, and the moment he stepped out, that's when he managed to get a beeline on him, excuse me. And he's like, the taint of chaos is on you, but like, it's not corrupting you. And he's like, there's been so many changes. Who of our brothers are still around? And she goes, aside from you, it's just you, me, and Rabute. He's like, he will not accept what I look like. And he goes, no, you can come back. Rabute will listen. Rabute will listen if you just come back with me. I cannot lose another brother. And Corvus is like, no, he'll have me. They'll see me as a false god. Go back. And she's like, can you? But then Corvus is like, Rogel lives, and she goes, I know he does. Like, I knew it. He's still alive. And she goes, yeah. And Corvus explains that he was the one who found Rogel's like healing pod that Korra put him in, but he moved it somewhere. But now he's been so in the warp for so long, his mind is gone. But he knows it's somewhere out in the galaxy. So Rogel is still alive out there. He's still out there, and they can still find him. But like Corvus basically says, I'm still hunting Lorgar, and our traitor brothers, but you cannot tell Gilliman about me. If it's you cannot tell Gilliman that I'm alive. You have to tell him none of you can tell me, because no one. If I come back to the Imperium looking like this, what faith they had in our father, in our crusade, is shattered, because they will never accept something like me fighting for the galaxy. It's all black and white, and it needs to stay that way. Korra, please keep this secret. And Korra's like, all right, but if you need me, brother, I am there. So she actually grabs Corvus before he leaves, and is like, I knew you were dead. And Corvus is just like, thank you, sister. And Corvus just then flies off in a flurry of, like, crows and shit. Crows and ravens and shit. So yeah, now she knows that, like, Corvus Corax is still alive, so she has another brother who's out there. But she's like, well, now I have to go talk to Gilliman about, you know, the Alfarius thing and the Fulgrim thing, because that needs to be dealt with. So she goes back, telling me, like, hey, we fought him off. Totally nothing else happened, but hey, brother, we gotta talk. There's been something I've been meaning to tell you. And Gilliman's like, of course. I thought Lion was the one with all the secrets. And she's like, shut up. Okay? It's been a long day. So she sits him down and is like, look. Omegon was the... like, I don't know who this Omegon is, but he was the one who was killed by Rogel. I'm the one who killed Alfarius after what he did to my homeworld. And he goes, thank you for telling me. I'm glad he's officially dead and the Alpha Legion doesn't have any chance of rebuilding itself now that they're dead. And she's like, yeah, thanks. I feel great killing my, murdering my own brother. She tells him about what happened with Conrad, and then she gets to one thing that, like, has been a major driving point of keeping a secret. And she's like, I kept this from you because I didn't know how to say, to word this. When I was woken up in Salamis, and he's like, Salamis? Were you with Trazyn the whole time? And she goes, you know Trazyn? And she goes, and Gilliman explains, like, yeah, I met him during the heresy. It was the thing. He's a lot. And she goes, oh yeah, he is a lot. You know what else he has a lot of? Clones. One of which is our brother Fulgrim. And they're like, and Gilliman's like, are you telling me that there is a clone of our corrupted brother, the one who tried to kill me, and you haven't told me the whole time? And she's like, what the fuck do you want me to say about that? Like, hey, Gilliman, a clone of our clone of our brother, the one who went crazy for a horny slash demon, is now in a stasis tube on a planet that is home to our xenophobic enemy. How do you want me to word that exactly? And so he's like, we're going to have to go to Salamis and kill this thing. And she's like, yeah, Trazyn is not... Like, something tells me that Trazyn is not going to allow us to do that. And he's like, he's either going to let us take that clone, or we are going to burn that fucking planet of his to the tomb world of his to the ground. I am not running the... Korra's like, well, I know that's not Fulgrim, but wouldn't it be best to bring him back and maybe use him to our advantage? And he's like, explain how. He's like, well, a lot of people don't... Like, you've kept it... This Inquisition thing, which sucks, and I am going to have words with it and plan to tear it down at one point. Maybe bringing Fulgrim back... bringing Fulgrim back in some capacity might work for us. Because maybe that will, like, rally the people more to our cause, and, like, these Indominus Crusades, even though it's not the real Fulgrim, maybe, like, it can help us. Like, maybe it can help our, help your crusade and help, rally the people to rally us, and maybe it'll bring back some of the Emperor's children to our cause. And Gilliman is like, I didn't, you think I didn't think of that? Like, you think, but here's the thing. Gilliman explains, like, I know what this is really about. And I thought about what you said. Even I had those thoughts, but that isn't our brother. You know it, I know it, it is a facsimile of him. Our brother is long gone. That thing, in his case, is nothing short of a political disaster. And God knows, Emperor knows, what if that thing falls to chaos too? If it's an exact clone of Fulgrim, then we know what's going to happen to it. So we need to go there and deal with the situation. So Korra does acquiesce because she's like, I just can't kill another brother. And he's like, I'll be there with you. We're not killing a brother, we're killing a monster. So they both, so the two fleets of Ultramarines and Ursa Majors head out to Salamis to face Trazyn in order to get the Fulgrim clone. But anyway, So I think that's where I'm going to leave off. Yeah, I'm going to leave off on a cliffhanger and see if this does well. I will do another video chronicling the next part of this story. So yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this continuing storyline? Do you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.